All right, guys. Today we're going to work with an artist named Lygia Clark. We're going to be learning about contrast, all right, which is differences. Black and white is a good difference. Black, white, and gray differences. Negative space, space in and around objects. But mostly we're talking about contrast today. All right, now, Lygia Clark is an artist from Brazil. And she did a lot of artwork that looks like this. All right, a lot of artwork that looks like she's interested in geometric shapes. All right, so you can get two papers to begin with. You get this one and this one, a gray and a black. Don't get the white yet. Don't start out with the white. Now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna make 4 lines that go from one side of the page to the other, diagonal lines. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do not make the lines all go in the middle because it makes little teeny tiny shapes that aren't that interesting and are really hard to cut out. I gotta get a pair of scissors. Stay there. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this out. We're gonna cut this out so that it's in basically the same place that it is right now, so we don't lose all our shapes. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this on that line. And again on this other line. And I'm gonna cut these. This. This. See how I'm keeping it all in order? It's real easy to lose the order. All right? You're going to try to keep that order if you can. And one more. All right. So you see how I kept that order. Now, keep that for a second there. Get yourself a white sheet now. Write your name on it. Write what group you come in. I'll write, say, A4. All right? So that's 4th grade A group. All right, turn it over. And you carefully put these back on top. It is really easy to mess up this order. I cannot tell you how easy it is to mess up this order. In fact, it's so easy that if it doesn't work out, you can do it another way. But I want you to try this way if you can. Okay? Now, so now we take off some of these. So, because right now there's no contrast, it's all gray. So let's go ahead and take this one off. Now that contrasts with the other two. Now I want contrast with this one. I could leave it black, or I'm gonna do something a little more interesting. I'm gonna go white with that one, which means that could be gray. I'm gonna go white. I can go black or white with that. I'm gonna go black. Let me see. Get rid of this one. This one has got to be gray because the middle one, and let's get rid of this right here. Okay, this one can't be gray because that one is gray. So I'm gonna go white, or I could go black. I'm gonna go black. And maybe that one gray. I don't even have a choice there. And this one can be white. All right. Now I'm gonna glue it all down. All right, and it'll take just a couple seconds to do that. Let me get the glue real quick. Don't stop filming there. All right. This. All right. Now look, I don't want big globby glues going everywhere. So what you're gonna do is put the glue on the edges. Now when you're flipping them over, and you have to flip them over, it's really really, you have to be really careful or else you'll be messing it up. And I'm going to tell you, I've messed them up before too, so I know how easy it is to mess it up. So there's no... You got to remember to turn them over and then turn them back in the same place that you just did. You want them to glue right up next to each other so that the corners all touch. If there's a little bit of white along the edges, that's one thing. But I don't want them not touching in the middle. I want them touching in the middle. This is the way she would have done it. And I'm going to tell you right now, these artists from Brazil, like Lygia Clark, I mean, I was looking at their work. It's fantastic stuff. It's the reason that I do art. So clever. She uses space in a very interesting way. Got a little bit of a goof here. Tell you what, I think I'm gonna bring back this black to this corner. Oh, I messed up. Oh, there it is. Because I got this little thing in here, it's not making good shape. I'm gonna put the black in, which I can do. Now you're putting that glue along the edges, not along the entire back. All right, this one's done. All right. Now, this is not easy to do. I got that. And if things go awry, which they sometimes do, you can get another sheet, or that sheet if you're in the middle of it. All right. Just make sure you put your name on it, Mr. C. Make sure you put what group you come from, A4. Then you could take the sheets and then you could glue them down in an interesting way so that no blacks, you can't black touch each other like this. So it's interesting. Now, if you don't like, say that's not it, you can cut them down at this stage, just trying to make something look interesting. And this way, if things go south on you, you have something to do. Now look, I can't do that, but I can do that, right? And that makes that much more interesting. When you start getting up a couple levels, it starts to get pretty good. I mean, certainly as good as anything else. And then I could glue that all down, all right? And it doesn't have to be exact, all right? So you could do this. Just don't do this stuff, because that's where I'm going to take. This is a major grade today, so you guys really got to make sure that you do it right. Am I making sense? Hopefully. Remember, we're doing contrast and a little bit of negative space, which is a space in and around objects have to be interesting, all right? All right, there we go. Thank you very much.